Okay, welcome everybody to Dad, Daughter, Daughters, and Drinks. I suppose I'll always have at least two of those. Tonight you have Dad and Drink, which is tonight it's Elijah Craig's Small Batch Kentucky Bourbon. My daughters are not here. Sometimes it may be one, two, or three of them. But what we do have tonight is a recommendation from my eldest daughter for Ice Nine Kills, This Is the End. I am not familiar with this band or the music, but I did. First thing I'm noticing is that this is a 14-minute song, so this is longer than the Tales of Jenny and Screech, which is saying something. So I'm looking forward to this. One thing I noticed about the band is the name, Ice Nine Kills. I think that's referring to, there's an old Joe Satriani song. I used to listen to that kind of music in high school called Ice Nine, that I didn't understand what that meant at the time. And then when I was in graduate school a few years later, I read a book by Kurt Vonnegut called Cat's Cradle that talked about a substance called Ice Nine that was a water molecule that basically froze at room temperature. So obviously if you set that loose on the world, it's going to wreak some pretty serious havoc because the whole world would start freezing, which I seem to remember that's what happened in the book. Anyway, I thought that was kind of an interesting reference to name your band Ice Nine Kills. I assume it has to be related to that. So kudos to them for inserting some pretty cool literature references into their name. And let's get rolling and see what we think. I will try not to have to look up the lyrics, but as my kids will tell you, I'm old, my ears are old, and sometimes I don't hear things well, so I may have to take a pause and look them up. Let's go. So they're clearly going for kind of a movie opening on this, and I'm not sure if this is normal for them or not.
What's up, dude?
Well, there you are. I'm calling you for like an hour. Where the hell you been?
My phone died.
What happened to you? What's this?
Don't worry about it. It's not even worth explaining.
Wait.
Let's go.
This
Come
someone
on,
I gotta worry about? What is
drive.
this? What happened?
Something I gotta worry about. What the fuck do you mean?
You've been showing up late, leaving, sneaking off early. Since when do we like keep stuff from each other?
Your mind goes to the darkest places, okay? My phone died, and so I couldn't answer it. If there was anything more to it, I would tell you. But we got a 10-hour drive. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Part 5. Where's 1 through 4?
Good Lord. Now he's knocking off the band. I'm going to be a bloody millionaire. Why, yes, Graham Norton. I'd love to come on your show and talk about my book, The Psych and the Psycho, Unlocking the Mysteries of a... What? Oh, nothing. Shut up. Can I help you?
What? No, I'm checking in with you before I leave. This is a package from Dr. Michelson's office. I think it's the patient transfer notes.
It's about bloody time. Well, better late than never, I suppose. Well, let me keep you from whatever it is
She looks really pissed off. I wonder why.
you do. Off you toddle.
I suppose working for him, you might always be.
They certainly feel like dreams. But these things really happen. Every time you tell me about a dream, someone really dies.
Are you saying that I killed them?
Do you kill them?
How could you ask me that? You think I kill these people? You think I kill these fucking people?
I guess he dreams
Nancy?
about a shrink.
Nancy! Nancy! I seem to have dropped a little bit of a clanger.
What the fuck is going on, Doctor?
I should be asking you that.
How the hell should I know?
You're not the one doing this? I mean, the murders, the killings, it all lines up.
I'm chained to a goddamn wall right now. Does it look like I'm in a comfortable position? What are you talking about? What murders?
From our sessions. Your dreams. Every time you told me about a dream, somebody would die in the real world. And in the exact same way. In the same where and when as you happen to be on tour at the time, too. If not you, then who?
Oh, I don't know. The hundreds of fans that follow us from show to show, every tour that we do. Get your head out of your ass.
Murders, they were all in
Precisely the same way as what? The famous horror movies that I based the last album on that our fans are obsessed with?
How should I know that? I don't go for that rot.
Well, a lot of people do, and we built our career on that rot. But if it's not me, then who the fuck is it?
How the devil should I know? Wait, there was that hooded figure.
What?
Back in the fall, when I was outside your apartment when you saw me.
So just now he's remembering the shadowy figure in a hood who's been following this guy around. It's convenient.
Following you when I drove away.
And you didn't tell the police any of this? Oh, great. Now we're gonna die. Well, you're gonna die, and I'm gonna get miseried.
Misery?
Misery! I've been kidnapped by a crazed fan. You've gotten me miseried, you son of a bitch!
Now, if you've never seen the movie Misery or read the Stephen King book, it's actually pretty fascinating. A superfan kidnaps an author and has him tied to the bed and wants him to, I think, write a book for her. And at some point, I don't know if this is in the book, but in the movie, he tries to escape and she gets angry and she does one of those things where she hobbles him. She puts like a cement block next to his ankle and hits his foot with a sledgehammer. She does it to both of them. It's pretty brutal. So I get what he's saying here.
Didn't go to the police because I wanted to keep you out of it.
Thanks a million. So I hope...
This is getting
was
kind of
that?
like Saw or something.
I already told you, I don't know!
Spencer! Nancy! Nancy, wake up! Wake up! Spencer! Nancy!
Allow me to introduce myself. They call me the Dancing Clown. And you must be Georgie. Did you hear my circus was in town? It seems I have your boat here. The storm blew her off track. Just
So I'm thinking this is where the song starts, but I wasn't sure. At first it seemed like it might just be still movie stuff. Let me jump back for a second.
Oh, Spencer! Nancy!
allow me to introduce myself. They call me the Dancing Clown. And you must be Georgie. Did you hear my circus was in town? It seems I have your boat here. The storm blew her off track.
That little kid's
Just raise your
voice.
hands down here and take it if you really want it back. Oh, Georgie, you can trust me, sweet child. Step right this way. I'll make your service with a smile.
Very theatrical. I don't just mean like the makeup and the shot here, but the way the music is in the headphones is really interesting. This guy can sing.
It's nothing to fear.
And I kind of dig the production of the video, how it's got that like old film quality with the little, you know, like film imperfections with the little lights flickering.
When I feast on your flesh, you'll see that we all float down.
There's a background guitar part that almost sounds like a Flight of the Bumblebee type of thing. That's really cool. Or more specifically, Nuno Betancourt's Flight of the Wounded Bumblebee. What does it say? Dr. Ian Black's All Dead Rock Show? Yeah. I dig that little face with the eyes too, X'd out.
Get through the past
Yeah, I'm having trouble following the death metal screaming a little bit, but the horns are cool.
Just like Georgie, it's all out of hand. So join me. Da, 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 da. Catch me at the pit, buried underground. You know I'm not floating around. Even with a smile, we're the fucking here. It's everything you know, it's everything you fear. Colorful of carnage, that much you.
The theatricalness of this, and even the singing a little bit, does remind me of like a Falling in Reverse, Ronnie Radke type stuff. Maybe a little more death metal than the stuff I've heard, or speed metal, but the production value of it reminds me of that. And I like these clown costumes. I know some people are terrified though by those, but I think this is cool. It's a very Pennywise kind of thing. Even the clown coming out of the sewer. Right there, yeah. What is that? Is that an eyeball opening up in her stomach? Something opening. It's like looks like a head or something. Is that hair coming out of her stomach? That's. Let's see if that goes somewhere. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Just like Georgie, it's all out of hand. So join me. Da, 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 da. Catch me at the pit, buried underground. You know I'm not floating around. Even with a smile, we're the fucking here. It's everything you know, it's everything you fear. Even with the pit.
Let's see her stomach. Yeah. So they do show the mark from the guy coming out of her stomach. Nice. I wonder if the 27 years indicates something specific. If you know, tell me in the comments. I always wanted to say that. Now, I wonder who the non-musicians, if they're supposed to represent somebody specific. There was that girl with the black hair, the little kid. And again, I start to think back to the beginning where it said something about this being part 5, I think. So I wonder if there's other videos that come before this that tell some sort of a story, and I should know who these people are. Got Harley Quinn on the violin back there. That was cool. I don't think it was actually Harley Quinn, but kind of the look she had going.
It was you. All along, it was you.
Of course.
You're a monster. Why are you doing this to me?
That fancy Ivy League diploma, and you still can't figure it out, can you, Doc? I guess my motives aren't as convoluted as John Wayne Gacy or Charles Manson. It's just good old-fashioned revenge.
I never did anything to you. I tried to help you.
The hell you did. You tried to study me, all in hopes of getting some bullshit book deal. You don't give a shit about your patients, and your negligence ruined my fucking life.
You only just met. What? Ruined how?
Who do you think killed my sister? Or my parents, huh? I'm an orphan, remember?
I thought you killed them.
Of course not. I was 9. What are you, crazy? But I bet you do remember Floyd Schechter.
Hawshank? We're getting into Hawshank Redemption here. October 94. I wonder if that means anything. That's 29 years ago? I wonder if this video came out. I wonder if it was 2 years ago. I wonder if this is like when that guy was born, the singer. If this is like an age thing. And when he talked about every 27 years, that's how old he was when this video was made, or the song. And if that came out in whenever it was. Maybe 2021?
Dr. Black, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the prisoner's mental state.
Not doctor, not quite yet, but you'll remember my work with the patient.
Prisoners.
Prisoners is for my doctoral.
At this time, I am only interested in your opinion as a character witness, Mr. Black. You spent the most time with these inmates. Do you think Schechter's compass mentis?
Oh, yes, I do. Let me see what I have here. Yes, I feel that Mr. Schechter is completely sane.
That completely sane person slit my sister's throat wide open and butchered all of her friends. Then he waited for my parents to come home
I mean, I'm not laughing at the butchering, but that was clearly Friday the 13th.
so we could finish the job. I hid for hours under that staircase, hoping and praying that he wouldn't find me. Ring a bell?
It wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to
I've
know?
known, done your job. But that's the problem, doctor. You see your patients as walking, talking, troubled ATMs, not real people.
You killed real people.
And that's all because of you. Floyd Schechter, he was my first. But you won't be my last.
What about the others? What about Nancy? They had no part in this. She's innocent.
Innocent. Is anyone truly innocent, doctor? Didn't he who make the lamb make me? Sometimes the blood, it seeps into your soul. I mean, does anyone fault the tiger for killing the fawn?
Fawn does.
Now you're gonna kill me.
I did that hours ago. See that funny feeling in your eyes, doctor? That's the tetrodotoxin A. I'm not gonna pull back the final curtain until I'm sure that you're not gonna escape and you're not gonna survive.
Tetrodotoxin?
I woke you up and you had 30 minutes to live. About 30 minutes ago.
Oh. What are you gonna do now?
Well, let's clean up, and we'll see.
Thanks, Gene. Tonight marks the end of a seemingly senseless bloodbath, leaving a trail of over 25 bodies across 3 states, and all leading authorities to this house behind me. The owner and sole suspect in the
I said live with LaCourie.
killings is clinical psychologist Dr. Ian Black, whose body was found earlier today, along with that of one of his colleagues. Authorities have also confirmed...
Was she? No, she wasn't the one from the back. She was... Who's that? Was she the one who was back on the stage at that
that
night?
alongside this gruesome scene, they've recovered a suicide note detailing his involvement in the killings, as well as a long-standing resentment towards the medical community. Local police were first led to the home after the miraculous escape by metal band Ice Nine Kills frontman Spencer Charnas, who amazingly sustained only minor flesh wounds in this house of horrors. Spencer is recovering at a nearby hospital, and all of us here at the station wish him a speedy recovery. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. More on this story as it develops. Reporting live, I'm Roy Merkin. Back to you, Gene.
Hey, Spencer, I'm ready for you.
I certainly hope so.
I guess he's just got something against shrinks with beards. The silver screen. So that was really interesting. Always, my daughter told me that she was familiar with the song, but not the video. And it would be interesting to hear that song without the video. And there's kind of two different parts to it, right? So if you had made a video with just the video, the song part itself, I think that would have been pretty cool. And having all of this other story around it is kind of interesting. It definitely gives you something to think about a little bit. It makes me wonder if there's earlier parts and this is part of a bigger story, or if they're just trying to make it look like it was part of a bigger story. But yeah, that was kind of whack. But I enjoyed it. I would watch that again, but it's long. I probably will need to look up the lyrics to see if there was anything that I missed. There were a couple references that seemed like they were something I maybe should have been catching, and maybe I would have if I would have looked the rest of them up, but I didn't want to stop it too much. Anyway, that was pretty interesting. I give that a thumbs up.